Welcome back to the channel, my friends. K-Far back again once again. We're back talking about Game of Thrones. So we're going to watch a short clip, and it's from, I believe, the last episode of Game of Thrones, where the half-baked small council is getting together, and they're talking about some things, and then I'll pick it up after the clip. I just want to explain how, in my opinion, Bronn is by far the best possible choice for Master of Coin at this point in the show, and how, if they were to continue the show, it would only be successful, the kingdom, because of him, and how absolutely stingy he is. So, we'll watch the clip.
Sir Bronn of the Blackwater, Lord of Highgarden, Lord Paramount of the Reach, and Master of Coin. Would you say the Crown's debt to you has been paid?
In full, my Lord Hand.
Good. Time to start incurring a new one. We have hungry people to feed. Can we expect some assistance in this regard?
Indeed we can.
Lord Davos, we have an armada to rebuild and ports to repair.
We have. These projects will begin as soon as the Master of Coin and Lord of Lofty Titles provides funding.
The Master of Coin looks forward to helping the Master of Ships, but first he has to ensure we're not wasting coin, or soon there won't be no more coin.
Anymore.
You're Master of Grammar now, too.
Grand Maester, it is my theory, based on my years of work on the costly rock sewers, that clean water leads to a healthier population.
The Archmaester has done some research on this subject, and it turns out...
The strong live and the weak don't.
Find the best builders and set them to the task.
Oh, speaking of builders, all the best brothels burned down. The Master of Coin is willing to fund reconstruction.
The Archmaester is less than enthusiastic about the salutary effects of brothels.
Well, I imagine he isn't using them properly.
I think we can all agree that ships take precedence over brothels.
I think that's a very presumptuous statement.
Alright, so let's just touch on what he was at this point in the show. Lord of Highgarden. After the fall of House Tyrell, after they ransacked Highgarden, Bronn's like, whoa, that castle's empty. And it kind of seems like everybody just went, okay. Okay. So he was awarded the richest castle and the lands of the Reach. Is it as rich as it was since they just, took all the gold to give to the Iron Bank? Probably not. But because he's Lord Paramount of the Reach and rules over the entire Reach, they have some of the most fertile land, which gives him the most potential to recouping all of that money. Because the rest of the kingdom has been in war. Yeah, they went to Highgarden, and then they left. There wasn't mass... When the Battle of the Five Kings started, the Lannister army went to the Riverlands, burning and pillaging everything, making it into a wasteland. They had some fertile lands. Now they don't. Or, if they do, they don't have any people to work that lands, because the Lannisters killed them. The Crown lands, yeah, war. The Western lands, yeah, war. The North might not be as much war, but it's the North. It's cold. As a guy from Michigan, yeah, at a certain point, you can't do anything. It's cold. It is what it is. Warden of the South, this is where... I'm going to link this to something at the end of the video. Because he is Lord of Highgarden, Lord Paramount of the Reach, that title means he's now the military commander of all of those southern houses. Which I think he'll be great at, because that's what he's been doing from the moment we met him was war. I talk about this all the time. Robert Baratheon, the Mountain, even Jaime Lannister to a point, they were about that life. They were about war, battles, fighting for fame, honor, just for killing people. That's what they were about. So when it comes to this aspect, I believe he said about the Eyrie, Tyrion said it was impregnable, and he said, give me 10 good men with climbing spikes and I'll impregnate the bitch. Yeah, I believed him. And then we come down to Master of Coin. I really am only going to talk about those last two for the rest of the video. So, Master of Coin, he's stingy. He was a cutthroat sellsword from the moment we met him, protecting a dwarf for coin. And you saw it in the clip. Yeah, we would love to rebuild the Armada. We would love to rebuild the Armada for the, kingdom. But we don't have any money. Bronn, can we have some money? He's like, yeah, I would love to give you coin. You just have to give me a good enough proposal so that I'm not wasting this coin. Because this might be the last coin. And obviously it's not going to be the last coin for his kingdom, but that's... If Westeros, if the Iron Throne was to progress past that point, that's how he has to act. he came up with, well, this is my coin. I don't know when I'm going to get my next coin. So he's stingy, as he should be. Yes, he was like, yes, we should, get some money, build a brothel. All the good ones are burned down. He's probably going to outgrow that because he's the Lord of Highgarden, Lord Paramount of the Reach. He's going to find other things to do with his time. But that's the stinginess you need when the Lannister gold mines have run dry, when they stole all of Highgarden's money to pay back the Iron Bank. That's what you're going to need. So this is where I'm going to talk about Warden of the South again. They are missing a bunch of other spots, and they're missing a Master of War. Through this, well, I might as well talk about the Master of Whispers as well. All of those people have died, or were killed, or burned to death. There's really no one left to be Master of War. I think he should be Master of Coin and Master of War. Why? Let me break this down. So, right off the bat, Jaime's dead, Tywin's dead, Robert's dead, Stannis is dead, Ned is dead, Randall Tarley's dead. I'm drawing a blank on the Highgarden guy. He's dead. All the Martells, they're dead. But even technically, Renly's last name was Baratheon, so you would assume he was good at war. He's dead. Rob's dead. The Blackfish is dead. All the Freys are dead. They weren't going to get anything, but I just wanted to point out that they're all dead. I feel like you're going to be leaning on to... Oh, man. Oh, this is going to hurt me to say. Who's ever left of the Hightowers? I think I talked about this before in a video. Basically, the Hightowers did nothing and sent nobody anywhere. They were just chilling in Old Town, like, biding their time. They might have the most untouched military in the entire kingdom. For this, you're going to be leaning on them, maybe. They are rich, powerful still, basically intact. You're going to be leaning on them and who's ever left of the Eyrie, I guess. Which isn't necessarily the worst thing, but you're just going to start picking out people that may not have experience, because if they're still alive, they're either really good or really new. And I can't think of anybody off the top of my head who's really good. Unless you want to go get Jon from Beyond the Wall again and be like, Grey Worm's gone. We need your help. Can you come back? Which I don't think is going to happen. So you're basically just running new people. So you might as well just make him Master of War as well. So that's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to... This came across my feed on Facebook, and I'm just like, That might make a good video. That might be something fun to talk about. Because Bronn he's it. Yes, everybody else can do things. The new king can do things. King Bran can probably warg into Drogon and do whatever that is, but he's not going to do anything with the coin. He's not going to do anything with war. He's not going to be relied on for food. Bronn is. So I figured I could talk about that for 6 minutes, and we're at almost 7 minutes, so I think I did a good job. So that's the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you agree. If you don't agree, leave it in the comments. Do all the typical YouTube shit, share, like, and if you guys dislike the video, double click on the thumbs down to show me that you really dislike, and then leave a comment talking about how much you dislike it, and we'll be good to go. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Peace.